Thank you for WSS for honoring me here and inviting me. It's my pleasure to be in this community. Let me share my screen first. Can you see my screen? Please let me know.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. As Tracy said, Eco Clicko is a hub for games for sustainability, and also for shifting cultural and social dimension and developing green skills among children from 6 to 16 years old, so future generation, I mean, in order to build a resilient and sustainable education and foster inclusivity at the same time. So let me just share what I'm going to talk about today. It's about, we have like a background of the study research that I made. We will state the problem. I will share the framework of our approach and the methodology that we incorporated in our service and games. Then we will move to analysis and some results and some actions based on this research for game-based learning. And then we will showcase our game-based learning, the flagship of Eco Clicko. So basically, we know that there is two dimensions of traditional learning and innovative learning. So our background of research is based on how children are struggling to learn about STEAM and engineering and environmental literacy, especially in the classroom and outside the classroom. So this complexity really of real world scenarios especially don't stimulate children to learn, and it creates a pedagogical gap facing especially global challenges nowadays. And one of the challenges that Eco Clicko working in is water scarcity. We know that water is a big challenge nowadays, and it has been a global challenge, not only a local one, because water resources are essential for every development activity, not only in terms of quantity, but also in terms of quality. And we know there is, we are living in cities. So cities are expanding at a rate of 9% population growth and urbanization also. So the increasing number of water really need a shift, a mindset shift, in order to foster sensitivity toward that, especially in Africa, because I am African, I'm from Africa continent. We are dangerously high levels by 2025, when it is estimated that about 2 per 3 of the world's population that suffer from water scarcity and water shortage. So this big challenge is have an impact, a big impact on society, on economy, and every sector. So how we can really foster this mindset shift to build society that really preserve and conserve water using that growing more than twice of the rate of population, and how we can really make education lies with social, environmental, and economic benefits. So that's why water management stands at the forefront of global challenges, even in climate crisis. So we do require in our innovation, not traditional method, but innovative approach that can really effectively conveying this complexity of the challenge and really foster a mindset shift, a pedagogical shift, and action shift in order to build a stewardship of future. That's our children. They are the builder of the future and the builder of the planet. So the problem is, like I said, it's made by a couple of research that inform a decision and simulated water-related scenario. Really, we need that to sustain education and to sustain awareness about this global issue. And our study showcased that the potential to enhance social and cultural interaction, because we are going to promote the development of skills and also the development of collaborative learning methods. So what's really the question here is how can really our tool, our developed game, can enhance the comprehension and unlock the complexity of this issue and the engagement of people, children, and citizens to sustain water scarcity and water management, and also shift future education for future generation. So we are building, and we build more specifically a framework that's based on 3 dimensions. We have to play and learn and solve the issue by acting. So this framework is to impact the knowledge and the skills that is very crucial for sustainable water management, and topics related to water scarcity and environmental impact are very demanding nowadays due to the potential of the problem. So as a result of the framework, we explored and we evaluated the role of game-based learning. It's a kind of tool and insights in advancing our understanding of this issue, and also acting by implementing and incorporating those practices, water practices or water resource practices. So the methodology that we used, we call it a mixed game approach. It's a methodology that is based on a blended approach, we call that also, that can really mix between multiple dimensions. And among our studies, we made like a comparative study between qualitative and quantitative methods. So what we gather from the student and children, especially their perception and engagement level, they are lacking of degree skills, they are lacking of social and cultural awareness, lacking of engagement in STEAM education also, engineering and science especially, and lacking of motivation toward that. And the most important, this connection between the learning environment or the collaborative environment that can shift, that can showcase a cultural gap between schools and also between society. So how we can really make the acquisition of this knowledge based on this methodology, So we foster motivation, we play it in multiple key points, the points of motivation, engagement toward global issues, increasing our eco-conscious toward those issues, fostering a sense of curiosity and reflection. Because if we are not curious how we can solve and act toward this issue, and we foster understanding between the complexity and the choices and the decisions. So our mixed game approach is based on real data scenarios rather than imaginative scenarios. Because why? Because children want to solve real problems, not imaginative problems. So after the methodology, we conclude our research by a couple of analyses and framework that augment the landscape of game-based learning to sustain water management and water resources. We conclude also, and we observe that there is a huge potential role of this approach to be implemented towards the topic of water. So because of many criteria, because water scarcity leading to substantial financial, and there is like a marginal and superficial understanding to such practices related to engineering and water resources. Also, there is a huge obstacle of partnership and collaboration toward this issue. And also many continents, more specifically Africa, they have a disruption of water cycles, of local water cycles. So our game-based learning is based on this holistic approach, merging between problem and action and fun, and at the same time learning outcomes. So we foster problem selection, and we build like a story in order to extract the fun and the creative way to enhance and emphasize the game dimension. And also we use functional cards in order to purchase that. And at the same time, we encourage and motivate and engage future generation to such a problem, because they are the leaders and they are the choice makers and the decision makers. So this is a framework built by Eco Clicko in order to shift mindset toward water issues. So we know that every research should be implemented in real life. So we made many actions and activities to children from 6 to 16 years old, based on this model, based on this framework, from problem-based learning activities to play-based learning activities to place-based learning activities. And also we foster action-taking inclusivity, because it can motivate the child and respond to multiple ages and multiple preference, because all the children have the right to learning and having fun at the same time. So we're building a model of resilient and inclusive education by game-based learning. And we can really see that multiple activities created, tackling many models based on game-based learning. So I wanted to share with you our flagship game-based learning, focused on ecological park in Tunisia building. We incorporate children to learn water engineering and every secrets, every structure built in order to learn and solve multiple STEAM outcomes. And when we share this game, we collect some testimonials between different people from different expertise, like parents, schools, educators, teachers, even children, because we incorporate and we include children in our games. Even children, they can create games because they are creative. So this game is simply composed by board and a dice and a storybook and augmented reality. And it's a game based learning based on historical approach of water management from history to the future, with incorporating many dimensions of green skills based on social interaction, collaborative and fun play, and also based on problem-solving skills by quizzes and by enigma. So our mission and vision and values are connected together in order to develop green skills and build such eco-conscious future generation. We build game-based learning based on eco-materials or eco-friendly materials in order to decrease carbon footprint that is the cause of climate change also. So we foster also eco-conscious toward eco-responsible products and consumptions. We ensure that every child have equality and inclusive education wherever they are. And with this game-based learning is an extracurricular. It can be integrated to multiple educational system around the world, depending on the topic and depending on the issue. So I will share with you our model. The scalability of this model is based on purpose-driven, because Eco Clicko focusing on building eco-friendly game-based learning for all the children around the world, even the vulnerable one. So the model of this game can be shifted or can be integrated in multiple content, starting from Africa to Europe, Middle East, and North America. We share common goals and common agenda about quality education and building sustainable communities and cities. So this is our purpose. Thank you so much. And I'm sharing my contacts. Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you for this wonderful presentation. I loved all the graphics and imagery.
I would love to, I would love to share a little experimentation of the game with you.
Please, we would love that. Thank you.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, ecological park, water temple.
Yeah. This is the data scenario built for this game. This scenario have many learning outcomes and educational outcomes, from water engineering to structure to preservation and conservation of the water. So it's a global global learning outcomes in order to shift education and shift also children toward that. So we dive, we incorporate the child in a fun way by our avatar is the owl into this game. And we know that there is many dimension about this scenario, because it showcases the engineering genius in the African cities. And this engineering genius is linked to multiple continents around Africa, because it's built by sustainable practices. So this is the temple. It's an architectural and landscape richness with ecological values around the park and natural values. So this park is like a water engineering structure. I mean, this temple, and it's like an eco-heritage educational insight toward, like I said, the conservation and the preservation of the water use and the water circuit. So we incorporate, in order to dive into this game, we incorporate into this game, like I say, the story. It's an interactive story to cultivate creative intelligence among the children through making them traveling through the time machine into this old age, in order to educate them about water engineering and conservation and preservation of water. And we also have an augmented reality tools with imaginative character that can really build such a kind and foster the conception of this temple by using mobile phone. So technically, this is how we can, you can say it, you can, see it in your mobile phone. Just you have to click on the storybook and scan your mobile phone with this image, and you can conceptualize this landscape, the water, the water temple landscape. So this is the board, and there is a couple also of quizzes, and every quiz have multiple secrets about the water temple, engineering, structure, rocks. We have the dice, we have the of tokens in order to make the child challenging himself to succeed his mission, his sustainable mission, and multiple also cards in order to preserve the water use and also conserve the water circuit. So generally, this is the box of the game. You can play it physically and at the same time with your mobile phone in order to really experience the game. Thank you.